Hello everyone, the Minute Plus Meditation, Saturday, February the 13th. In the Gospel, our Lord says, "My heart is moved with pity for the crowd because they have been with me now 3 days." So he asks them what they have. They don't have the food, they need to basically walk home. And we know what happens, we've heard the biblical account before, that they only have 7 loaves and a few fish. So you know what happens? The miraculous multiplication of the loaves and the fish. Now, if you've ever heard or read that this was Jesus really prompting people to be generous with what they had, it's a bunch of nonsense. This is a miracle. This is not a miracle of, prompting their generosity. They didn't have it. They were out of food, period, except these few morsels. What is that with 5 to 10,000 people? Or whatever, 4 or 7,000, doesn't matter. Even if it's 500, it's not going to go very far. It's a miracle. It's a supernatural intervention of the divine intersecting with the human order. Our Lord multiplies their bread and fish to feed them, to take care of them. So many applications can come from this. The one I'll focus on is that Jesus shows us here that he has a true, deep personal concern for our well-being. He wants to help us in our everyday life. Normally, he's not going to contravene or go against his own laws, but we underestimate how much our Lord does want to be involved in our life, and we don't ask him to really use his power to help us. And I'm not trying to say, Lord, please study for me, and I won't study. That's total nonsense. No, if we have to study, and some things may go well for us or not go well for us. Just because a person studies hard, to use one example, doesn't mean they're going to get an A in an exam. Some people are just naturally smarter than others. But if we work hard, we'll probably do fairly decent, if that's what we're meant to do. But the point here, the fundamental point is, if we give God what we have, he will, and we do it with an upright heart, that we're willing to do what we can, to work hard, to, in other words, put our human effort into it as much as we can, God will multiply our giving to him. He will help us in everyday life. Many times the reason these things don't happen is because we don't ask. Or if we ask, we do it in a kind of offhanded way. We ask with half-hearted faith. We ask out of desperation. We think Jesus is some kind of divine slot machine. So when we really need him, or it's kind of like divine chance, or we're in a crisis, all these kinds of things, we don't do it based on a deep personal love. Study the lives of the saints. Read them. Francis of Assisi had nothing, and he started the Franciscan order. Josemaria Escrivá started Opus Dei. He had nothing in his pockets. Zippo, zero, nada. He started Opus Dei. It goes on and on and on. Mother Teresa, starting from the garbage dumps in Calcutta. Saint Teresa, it goes on, and it just goes on. And how many lay people has he helped? I never forget a lay person telling me about all the children he had. Like, this was 60, 70 years ago. He told me maybe 15 years ago that he would always tithe to the Lord, to the church, and God always took care of him. He believed in the Lord's power. But do you and I? This is the question we need to ask ourselves. Ask the Lord to help you, and when you do so, do it with real, concrete, active faith. God bless you.